Alright, I'm back. Hopefully I got that soot where it will pick me up. So. I got a door repair job. Usually what I'll do is I'll check the line. Usually I will cut some of the line off. I should cut some of it off because usually when I snag it off, it's rough on the bottom part of the line. So I drag it across to snag it, to break the line, to unhook it. Usually it has some rough edges on it, which puts it closer and closer to breaking again. So I'll go ahead and cut that. Want that cut, so I've got that cut. Now I'm going to have to right shit here. It's the wrong side. That side is not going to work. I'm going to this side here. Alright, so I've got that. I'll do a quick repair job. Usually I just spin those around in my hand. And I'll take it after I've spun it a few times. Now run it through that hole, bring it around, slide it through the loop that I just made. And then put down. Then it makes a nice slip knot just like that. Then of course, I just lost another lure, and those things are not cheap. They can be more expensive than live bait actually. So sometimes it's cheaper to use live bait than it is to use lure, especially if you're snagging up a lot. I think I'm here somewhere though. It pays to have a spare. So that means I'll have to go to Walmart again to put some more spares in there, because I think this is my last spare. So let's peel this out of here. I step back away from the bank and I get close to the bank. I go up towards the bank and go out farther in the lake. That's usually the way it is. These fish down here are different. They're different than where I'm usually used to fishing. They're different nature. But it looks like whoever's been fishing down here, I saw up there on the bank where somebody's been using shads. They've been using shads, so shad are white. So it seems like the white bait is working. It must be working here. These rods, they're trying it, think it's going to work. It's like, it'll work. We just got to keep doing it and do it until we catch something. Sometimes you just got to change. Faster you make the changes, the faster you'll find something that works. But it can get really expensive trying to figure out what is going to work. Alright, let's go try this again. I think I'm going to stick out here because I didn't snag when I was throwing out there. I probably will this time. Let's turn this back around here. I'm going to turn that back around. See, that way you can see the lure that I'm using. It is white. It's a white lure. Alright, we're going to throw it a few times and see what happens. Nothing yet. I'm almost to the bank, not even so much as a hit. That's not a good sign. That's a sign that maybe there's nothing here. Because usually if there's fish in an area, at least one will hit. And within, 10 throws. You throw 10 times, you'll hit at least one fish. If there's anything in this area. If you throw 10 times and you don't hit anything, that usually means there's nothing there. There could be something there, but most of the time it means there's nothing there that's going to hit. At least, let's put it that way. It means there's nothing there that's going to hit what you're throwing. If because it doesn't take them that long to find it. Once it hits that water and it makes that splash in the water, they've already heard it. They just heard it hit the water. Now they're looking for it, but they'll be able to hear it as it spins through the water. See, they heard the splash, and now they can hear it going through the water. Because it's got a little spoon on it, and it's spinning around. Not a spoon, but that's what it's called. I think maybe it is a spoon. I forgot the proper terminology for the little thing that spins around in a circle. It's shaped like a spoon. I think it is a spoon. It's a spinnerbait. We're just going to say that. I do know that it is a spinnerbait. It's called a spinnerbait. And the one I'm using is made by Rooster Tail. There are various different types of spinnerbaits, but I tend to use the ones made by Rooster Tail. I shouldn't advertise, unless they ask for my advertisement, but of course, this is not good advertisement for it anyway, so this is not like this is a reason why not to buy the white rooster bait in the spinnerbait category, because it's not catching it. So it would be bad advertisement for them anyway. This will be a time where there's like, oh no, we can't be saying our brand name on there and not be catching nothing. Somebody needs to swim out there and put something on that darn thing to make it look good. We can't sell bait that way. They could always say, well, he doesn't know what he's doing. He doesn't know how to fish. He's not throwing it right. He's throwing it with the wrong hand, too. That's why he's not catching anything. It's not our spinner bait. This is a stupid-ass fisherman. He doesn't know what the hell he's doing. He's not reeling it in right or anything. He's not doing anything correctly. That's why it's not working. I thought if I was there, I could show him that it does work. I'd catch something. I haven't even got so much of a hit yet. I see if I can get at least a hit. And usually you throw a night caller out there, there's a bluegill or something out there that will hit on it. It doesn't appear to be anything out there but bait fish. Still nothing. Not the thing. Why not? Why am I not touching anything? I know the water has settled down, but the bait fish had moved closer towards the dam. But you think in an area like this would be at least a few largemouth bass or smallmouth bass, something like that. That much bait fishing. I know one thing, there's a snag out there. That's the second time I've hit it. It's the second time I hit that snag. I think I'm going to lose the last one of my Rooster Tail, so I'm not going to be able to do any more fly fishing today. Yes, that's right. The snag looked good. That's good. I didn't lose it. I managed to save it. I managed to save it by changing the angle at which I was pulling on it. So I was able to save that. I did not lose it. As you can see, it's still there. I snagged it up, but it didn't break. So I managed to get it unsnagged without breaking the line. It's a good thing because that's the only one I got left with me. I've got a smaller one on a smaller pole up in the vehicle, but I didn't bring it down here. Let's go a little faster this time, now that I know there's a snag out there. Can't go along the bottom. The tree or something out there. I'm not having any luck. You guys aren't bringing any luck here. I hope you guys would be my lucky 4-leaf clover or something. Well, I would have some luck. And actually catch something while I have the camera rolling. I might have to go to a different spot to actually catch something. It's a place where I usually fish, where I know I usually catch at least, quite a few. I'm not catching anything. I just want to try down here one time. I'm hoping maybe I'll catch something of the larger variety since it's close to the dam. But I'm not catching anything down here, so I might have to go to a different spot. Still not catching anything. That's not good. It's not good to not be catching anything. Still no luck. I felt something there jerk on it, but I think I just hit bottom or something. I think I hit a piece of mulch or something. Let's try it a couple more times to see what happens. We'll try a couple more times to see what happens. It doesn't appear to be a hit bottom, so maybe I did get a hit. I didn't hit bottom. I reeled a little bit slower that time so I could drop down and see how deep it was. Still out the other way, see what happens. I've already thrown too many times, must at least hit one fish. I mean, there's time to find a different location. This location actually sucks. I have not even caught so much as a bluegill at this point in time. I'll try one more throw, and then that's going to do it for this spot. Alright, last time in. Let's see if I hit something. I'm going to go a little bit slower. Maybe the fish here are fat and lazy, I don't know. Maybe they're just slow. Maybe it's just too damn hot and they can't get off the bottom. Or they don't want to get off the bottom because it's cooler down the bottom. Nothing. Even as slow as speed, there's nothing. Not a thing, there's not a thing. When I said fat or lazy, I don't mean it. That's not really what I meant. What I mean is just heavy. You get heavy, you tend to sweat more and things like that. You don't tend to have the energy always. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. But, that's just the way fish are. When fish are big, they get pregnant and things like that, especially when they're pregnant. They'll tend to lay on the bottom. They won't bite. They don't always bite when they're pregnant. They do sometimes. But that's when their bellies are... I don't know how to say that. I didn't know how to appropriately say that without offending anybody. In other words, the belly gets really darn big because it's full of eggs and things like that because they're pregnant. And it makes them where they don't want to swim. They don't want to swim. They don't really want to do it. They get hungry, but it's like, oh, why bother? I need to lose a few pounds anyway. See, there I go again. There is no politically correct way to say that, is there? I'm just going to put my foot in my mouth no matter how I say that. So I just apologize for that comment. I don't know why I went there. I'm just trying to find an appropriate way to describe fish, and the patterns that they go throughout the season. It's that time of the year, a lot of fish will nest, and a lot of fish will just, they get ready for the winter time. Just like me, I'm getting ready for the winter time. It's the fall is coming. Once if we get through the fall, then we go right into winter. And there's not much to do unless it snows or something, and you can do something in the snow or something like that. There's really not a whole lot to do in the winter time. Alright. I had no luck doing that. Alright. I guess, since I had no luck doing that, we'll be right back.